Şimdi böyle Hello Neighbor'ı birazcık anlatan bir Official Site.What'tan bir kısım buldum. The nightmare sequences pre-Act 1. A year before the events of the game, Theodore and Diane Peterson got into a car collision, resulting in the death of Diane, who fled lying in the hospital. The theme park ride nightmare shows that the daughter Maya, represented by a cardboard cutout, fell from a great height, symbolized as a roller coaster drop, and that she was buried in a yard of by Mr. Peterson. Act 1. Nicky Ruff, a young teenager, is walking home when he notices something. His neighbor, Theodore Peterson, attacking someone who is screaming. Nicky knows he has to get inside the house to save the baby, but the neighbor is an obstacle. After getting in the basement, Nicky is locked in and cannot exist and starts to regret entering. He is down there for 2 months along with the victim, Aaron Peterson. Aaron was the one who pushed her sister off a roof. Act 2. Nicky is traumatized from his time in the basement, and once Aaron saved him from his cell room, Nicky knows he has to get out, and he has to do it without being caught again. His mind has been distorted by fear, as the house is seemingly expanded, but in reality, nothing has changed. Nicky visual house extensions, prison walls, and stuff trying to keep him so he can face Mr. Peterson. Once Nicky escapes, Mr. Peterson tries to go after him, but realizes his son in the basement is more important. Keeping his son in the basement is more important. He gives Nicky one last angry look and goes back to his house. Act 3. After 19 years, Nicky has moved outside Ravenbrooks to live in a messy apartment by himself, with little space and no proper bedroom. He hasn't paid rent either, so we can assume Nicky is very low on money. Once Nicky gets evicted due to non-payment and realizes he must leave the apartment within a week, he packs his things and gets out, knowing there's still one place he can leave, even if he doesn't want to go back. His old house. Once Nicky parks his car in the yard of his old house, he tries to shrug off weird feelings he has, but can't escape the trauma. The memories of his time are coming back to haunt him. And he can't live his life normally if he doesn't do something about it. He tries giving himself therapy by taking a nap and ending up on a lucid non-dream where he's control of a world developed by his fears. The giant house he faces is a representation of what he needs to overcome so that he can leave all this behind forever. Once he overcomes the obstacles breaking his way into the basement, he ends up somewhere he did not expect. Act final. Nicky is in a white void with a giant Mr. Peterson, symbolizing the last obstacle he needs to face. Mr. Peterson ran itself. He makes his way into the house on the back after taking him down, and uses the next room to block his fear of Peterson's from his child self, making him stronger and bigger in the process. Once the house clears, all that's left is a void and Mr. Peterson, who locks us with his fears. Nicky overcame his issues, but Peterson could never get over his, and he has to live with it. Evet, bu kadardı. Bir sonraki bölüm için ne kadar istesem acaba? Bilmiyorum. Eğer ne bileyim yani bir sonraki bölüm için bir 20 like gelirse development ve üstteki presentation ve summary, onları okurum. Ama ilk öncelikle sizin bir şey yapmanız lazım. Ha bir de trivia var, trailers var. Onlara da bakarım. Yani onların hepsine bakarım ama bir 20 like gelsin. Az like biliyorum. Bence yaparsınız siz. Neyse bay bay.